Emily Mallory of Emily's Papercrafts. Today I want to show you how to create a delightful shaker bookmark. Let's get started. If you purchase the kit, you have everything that you need in the kit except for a pair of scissors, a little bit of double-sided tape, and some sort of coloring pencils or Copics, markers, pens, whatever you wish. And then it was optional, but a little bit, it's cornstarch to get rid of the static with the plastic see-through windows for the bookmark. I went ahead and colored in my unicorn. And if you purchased one of the other animal kits, approach it the exact same way as I am with the unicorn. So you'll need to color your animals, whatever color you wish. And then with the unicorn, you also get to color the rainbow. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. Didn't wanna totally deprive you of the fun of watching me color. I'm just adding a little bit to it just to give it a little bit more shape and funness to it. Again, you get to decide what colors you want, how much you want to color. Not at all, just a little, up to you. I just chose colored pencils today just because it was something I had on hand, easily accessible, and I knew I wouldn't have to worry about the color running through my paper onto the back side. If you had some glitter pens, that would also add a unique interest and flair to your rainbow, which is what I used on my unicorn to add a little bit of extra sparkle to the unicorn. But again, that was just a personal choice. My colored pencils harken back to when I was a very young girl and just starting to really get into coloring, which is why they're all different shapes and sizes and brands. Reliving some memories here coloring my rainbow. All right, so there's my rainbow. Put my pencils aside. So take some time to go ahead and color in your unicorn as well. And then the next step will be to go to the back side. It might be a slightly different color with the unicorn, or if you purchased a different animal, to the back side of your 3 windows. And we're going to put some narrow double-sided tape along the edges. It's okay to go right over the stitching. Obviously, you don't really want to go over the edges. Otherwise, your window won't adhere like it should. With the double-sided tape, it's not essential that the tape go all the way up to the edges and cover every little aspect of the space. It's okay to have a little bit of gaps. It'll be the next layer that we use a little bit more care with. If you don't have this kind of double-sided sticky tape, you could also just use regular roller tape. Then we're going to go ahead and peel up the tape. Backing. last one. Okay, so in the kit, you should have had 2 pieces of clear acetate. And we're just going to lay those over the openings. One piece is longer than the other. And that's just because the size of acetate that I have on hand was smaller than the whole length of the bookmark. Take a second here and measure, because I know this one needs to be trimmed just a little bit, not a lot. Okay, our other piece down. Okay, awesome. You'll notice it didn't exactly stick with my tape, but that's okay. It's there, that's all that matters. Next, we need to start building our frames. But again, I've learned sometimes with the acetate, it's got a little bit of static electricity to it. And being I would like my shaker elements to move around, I'm going to dust it with an anti-static. Okay, then I'm going to use some of the very narrow, thin foam dimensional tape. And I'm just going to go all the way around the outside of it. This time we don't want any little kinks or holes with where our double-sided tape meets up, because our shakers, elements, and our glitter will fall out if it's not a tight fit. You can choose if you want to go up close to the windows or more along the edge. It does not matter. Be sure to save your couple of little extra pieces, because we will need those to fill in a couple of little kinks. And again, make sure you go right up next to the edges that you just put down. The nice thing about this tape is it is slightly repositionable. And then for in between the windows, I just decided it was easy enough just to go right in between. So there's where I'm going to need one of my little extra pieces just to help fill in that gap a little bit. And you don't necessarily have to put the foam dimensional tape between all 3 of the windows. I decided I wanted to, so they would not shake the whole length of the bookmark. But if you don't mind them shaking the entire length, then just go for it. All right, I should have done my other one here, because now I have this little teeny tiny hole that I can't go crosswise on. But that's okay, we'll just cut it down to size. Okay, so now we're going to peel off the top part of our foam dimensionals. Actually, I just realized I should have put down my unicorn first, but we'll make that happen here next. Okay, so yes, I should have taped down my unicorn first, but fortunately I know that I can lay them next to each other and it will work out just fine instead. So a little bit of tape on the back side of my unicorn, or whatever other animals you're using. If you got the frog or the bunny kit, there's little sort of a tab by its belly where you could actually tuck it on the inside between the windows and then tape it to the windows if you wished. I'll go ahead and put my unicorn here towards the bottom. Okay, next we need to fill it with some shaker elements. So I got some rainbows from Trinity, so just a couple. If you purchase the kit, I think it's just several rainbows per window. Put a few in each one of the windows so that way there's always a rainbow. And then you should have some flowers. So disperse those how you wish. You can always add additional shakers to those in the kit if you want something different. Make sure you don't catch yourself too much there on your foam tape. And then there was some glitter included in the kit, or this is just good chunky glitter. Just a clear sort of iridescent glitter that seemed very appropriate for a unicorn. Seal that up so I don't accidentally knock it over and have glitter everywhere, like I already have on the back side. All right, now the trick is to line it up. Remember, your foam tape is not the most forgiving on a piece of paper compared to the acetate. So you get more or less one shot at doing this. No one's gonna notice too much if it's off slightly, because they're gonna be much busier looking at your rainbows and the shakers on the front. Perfect for your next read. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.